right. Well, thank you everyone for having me. It's always a pleasure to see some new faces and to also see some people that I've met a few times now. So thank you for welcoming me. Let's go ahead and find an easy seat. So Amelia did say it before, but please make sure you're in a safe environment. So just take a look around you before you start. Make sure you don't have anything open or glass, anything that could get kicked over. Okay, we're going to have a nice, relaxing, easy class tonight. So we won't be doing a whole lot of kicking and stuff. We just want to make sure. If you are on a tile floor, make sure you're not wearing any socks. Okay, make sure you've removed your socks. And if you're on a mat, then your choice to wear socks or to stay barefoot. All right, so go ahead and find a seat that allows you to really let your body settle in, connect with the ground or a chair, and just begin to turn to your breath. You can leave your eyes open or you can gently close them. And just begin to notice your breath. Noticing if it's fast or slow. Try not to think too hard about it or change anything. Notice each inhale, breath in.
I like to know it too. I'm like, why couldn't you told that to my mom before I came down?
And notice each exhale, breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Just going at your own pace, breathing in and breathing out. And as thoughts start to pop up, just see if you can kind of watch them float away. Mindfulness is not really about not thinking of anything. Your goal isn't not to think of anything. Your goal is to just kind of notice your thoughts and just let them float away. Kind of like I like to picture them if they were to pop up in a bubble or a balloon, and you watch it kind of float away, but you don't think about it too much. And so that's kind of a nice little way to visualize things. And I noticed that as we were coming in, we had a lot of chatter about, maybe disappointments or, things we were planning for and plans might have changed. And I can totally understand that feeling. So just know that your feelings are correct. Whatever you're feeling about what's going on right now, know that you're correct. And, even though sometimes we say like, oh, don't worry about it. It's natural to worry about things, but just remember that there are things in this world that are just out of our control and we just do the best that we can. So try to come to that intention tonight. We'll just focus on things that are in our control, okay? So again, breathing in and breathing out. And let's start to add a little movement. So let's bring our hands out to the side. And you're just going to drop your chin down a little bit, just to where you start to feel a little stretch in the neck. And you look left. And you look right. And again, left, just kind of tracing your chin across your collarbone. And then look right. They don't need to be big movements, just enough to get a little motion going. And then to the best of your ability, just add a slow roll, rolling your head back and down. And over, looking up, good job. And then rolling the other way. See if you can pull your shoulders down away from your ears while you're doing your neck rolls. Nice and slow. Excellent. Come back to just a neutral seat, arms out to your side. You can breathe in by bringing your arms up over your head or as far as they go. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, push it away. Good, guys. Breathing in, up. And exhale, pushing it away. Again, inhale, up. And exhale, pushing it away. If this is your first time doing yoga, know that you can always come back to just the way that you're sitting. You can come back to a neutral seat, or let me just show you, you don't have to move. You can always take a child's pose, which means that you have your chest down to the mat. You bring your chest down, forehead down. And you can do this with open knees or closed knees. Those are two options. Okay, let's come back to that seat. Bring the soles of your feet together, or you can bring your knees a little bit closer together, whichever feels good. So you can bring your knees close or the soles of your feet together, or you can just reach for your knees. And you're going to take your thumbs and you're just going to kind of peel the soles of your feet open. Just get a little stretch in there. Give your feet a little massage. And then you can add a little movement to your knees, shaking out for butterfly. You can also do this with your arms. You can add a little butterfly motion with your arms or your shoulders, wherever you can add a little movement. Bringing it a little quicker. Good. And then slowing it down. Excellent. We're going to come to a cat-cow. So if it's comfortable for you, you can come to your knees and come to a tabletop. Another option is you can just bring your hands out in front of you, kind of reaching. So you can come to tabletop, or you can just reach out in front of you. Good, guys. We're going to stop by slowly dropping our belly down and then pulling our back up, arching towards the sky, dropping your chin down. If you're doing this seated, you can do more neck rolls. You can kind of do this motion by pushing your belly out and then pulling your back up. Again, drop your belly, round your spine, and then wiggle a little bit left and right, adding in neck rolls if that feels good. You can also just roll your shoulders back. Excellent. Come to seated, or you can come to a child's pose. Bringing your forehead down, chest down, and you can rock your hips left and right. If you're staying seated, you can roll your shoulders back 3 times and then roll them forward 3 times. Excellent. Come back to a tabletop. We're going to bring our right leg up to the side, bringing your sole of your foot down to the floor. If you're staying seated, you can just kind of stretch out your knee by doing some knee rolls. So if you're seated, you can kind of roll your hip around. You can use your arms to pull your leg around too. And if you're choosing this option, you can just kind of start to get into that hip flexor, rocking forward and back. This might seem like a similar motion to some of you. Excellent. Let's do the other side. So if you're staying seated, you can take your arms and just kind of move your hip around a little bit. Kind of get some movement going into the lower body. And if you're taking this option, you can bring your left foot out to the side with the sole of your foot down and slowly roll back and forth, really getting into this hip flexor. If you've been doing a lot of sitting, you might feel this a little bit. This one, I feel this one. I do a lot of sitting, especially if you sit cross-legged, you might feel this one a little bit. Excellent. Coming back to a seated position. Bring your left foot in towards you and your right foot out to the side. If you're staying seated, you can just take your right hand and reach as far forward as you can. So you're going to breathe in and up. Good, everyone. Exhale, forward fold. You can put a little bend into your knee. It's always good to put a micro bend. Good, Abigail. Good, Colin. Very nice. Michael, good job. Breathe in, up. And exhale, forward fold. Becky and Dylan, very nice. Everyone, great job. Let's come up slow and switch. Left leg goes out, right leg comes in. If you're staying seated, you're reaching for your other side now. Reach as far as you can. Big breath up. Exhale, twist. Big breath in, get a little taller. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for your foot, your knee, your thigh. Excellent. Put a little bend. Breathe into the stretch. With each exhale, see if you can melt a little bit further. And rolling up slow. Good job. Bring your soles back to touch. You're going to bring your right foot in. Left foot, you're going to kind of lift and cradle like a baby. Your goal is to get that hip flexor again. So if you're staying seated, you can just try to reach again, breathing up and folding forward. Or you can take some neck rolls. Pick an option that works for you right now. Gonna rock it back and forth. Nice and slow. And then you're gonna take your foot and bring it behind your body. And if you're staying seated, sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Turn towards your right knee and fold down as far as you can. So trying to bring your nose towards the ground. Rolling up nice and slow. Feet come out wide. So bring to a letter V legs. If you're staying seated, see if you can reach towards opposite feet. And then grabbing your toes, just rocking back and forth nice and slow. You should feel that nice stretch up the back of your legs. It's like a nice zip up the back of your thighs. Good job. So rolling back and forward. Excellent. Now bring your left leg in and your right leg cradle like a baby. Again, feeling that right outer hip flexor. I know a lot of you are, most of you, right, are athletes. So if you do a lot of running or really anything, you use the hips, squatting, any sort of weightlifting. This is really good for you guys. Swimming. I know some of you might be swimmers too. A lot of hip movements. Good. Bring that leg behind your back. Excellent. Big breath up. So if you're sitting, bring your arms up overhead, stretch, get taller. Exhale, twist towards your knee and forward fold. Fingers are spread wide. Roll up slow. Come back to a tabletop. We're going to pull into a downward dog. So when you take your first downward dog, you're going to first pick your knees up and then pull your hips up and back, paddling out your feet left and right. You look like an upside down letter V. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Pick your heels up, press them back down. Excellent. Come to child's pose or seated. So bring your feet, your knees out wide, or find a nice tall seat. Amelia, I think we have a friend in our waiting room. Bring your forehead down and rock side to side. Come to your belly. And if you're seated, you can take your elbows and press them in towards your body. And everybody's just going to lift their chest up a little bit taller off the ground. And again, you're going to look left and right, left and right. Bring your whole chest down, make a pillow with your hands. Bring your feet in towards your backside and just kind of windshield wiper them. You can do these with your arms too. Get really comfy in this. Excellent. Let your feet come still. And then you're going to push up into either a low cobra, so you're coming up a little higher, or you can pull up fully with straight arms. So make sure your hands are right under your shoulders, fingers are spread wide. Make sure this feels good in your back. And just kind of rock side to side, really rocking out your back. And then coming back down. We're going to take a second down dog. So hips come up high. Upside down letter V. Walk your feet up to your hands and just rock side to side with straight legs for a forward fold. If you're seated, you can reach towards your feet. Let your head hang down a little bit. And see if you can still rock out your torso by rocking your body side to side. Excellent job. Grab your elbows, opposite elbows, and see if you can get a little heavier. And then you're going to roll up slow. 3, 2, 1 to stand. Palms face out if you're seated. Open across your chest. Let's see. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Everybody, a nice breath in together, whether you're sitting or standing, or if you're in a car. I saw someone was in a car. Take a breath together. Inhale in and inhale out. Okay, we're going to try a balance pose. So first thing I want you to do is find something in the room that is not moving. You're going to use that as your focus point. So look around your room, find something that's not moving. And then when you're ready, just pick up your right foot. And if you feel good, you can stay here and then just roll your ankle around. So no matter what position you're in, see if you can add some motion into your ankle. Still looking at that object that's not moving. You can take a mudra sign with your hands. Sometimes it helps me to pinch my fingers together while I do this. And then roll your ankle the other way. Excellent. Take your foot and either place it right on the floor or on your ankle. Standing tree. If you're staying seated, so see if you can turn your hip out a little bit and bring your toes towards your other ankle. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good balance, everybody. If you want a challenge, you can try closing your eyes while you balance. See how that goes. Sometimes I like to flutter them closed for a second. Good. See if you can turn your feet back and then just shake everything out. Good. So shake it out. Just kind of add a little movement. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So start by just finding that thing that's not moving. Try spreading your toes nice and wide. So add a little movement in your toes. And then press down into your right foot. Add a little bounce in your right knee. And then you're going to take your foot, pick it up, and just roll that ankle one way. If you need to hold on to something too, that's fine. There's no right or wrong. Roll your ankle the other way. Bring your toes, make this with your toes and let them relax. Excellent. Now when you're ready, bring your heel towards your ankle, and you can leave your toes on the ground. Or if you'd like a challenge, you can bring your left foot up towards your ankle and see about your balance. Beautiful. And again, you can select that yoga mudra with your fingers by pinching your fingers together. Sometimes I just like to spread my palms really wide. See what feels good for you. And if this feels easy, see if you can test your balance by slowly closing your eyes. It makes it a little bit more challenging. If you fall, that's okay. Good job. Thanks everyone for trying. Let's shake that out. And let's take a forward fold. So we're going to go ahead, breathe in, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So bending your knees, palms come to the ground or towards your ankles. And then you can try to straighten your legs and bring your chest forward. The crown of your head should be facing towards the floor. And then we're going to have a seat. Excellent. Let's just kind of collect ourselves, come back to a seated position. Legs can be crossed or out in front of you or together. And let's take a collective breath together. Arms come up. Exhale, pray your hands right back down by your chest and just check in with yourself. Notice if your breath got any faster. Excellent. You can stay here, seated like this, or you can come to your knees and sit back on your heels. Sometimes this isn't always comfortable for everyone, so find a seated position that works for you, but if this feels good, maybe give it a try. And you're gonna reach behind you for your heels or the floor or a chair, whatever you can grab, and you're just gonna push your chest forward and let your head hang back a little bit. Look up. Nice chest heart opener here. Good. Breathe into this. Breathe in. Exhale. Good, guys. Nothing where it hurts, but see if you can get a little more length in your spine. Breathe in. Exhale. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Take your arms, place them out in front of you. Do your best to cross them so you have elbow over elbow. Good. And then you're going to turn your palms up to the ceiling and bring them in towards your chest for eagle arms. Excellent. This is a really nice stretch for those shoulders. It can be a little intense, so if this doesn't feel good, you can just pull one arm across the other. So find one that'll still give you a nice stretch in your shoulder. So take eagle arms. Good, everyone. Or you can just pull your arm across. Breath in, bring your arms up a little higher. Breathe in. Exhale, drop your head down. Excellent. Breathe in, eagle arms a little higher. Exhale, bring your eagle arms down towards your knees and the floor to feel a little deeper stretch in the back shoulder. This is really good. I heard that we had some bowlers. This is really good for those shoulders and swimmers too. Again, coming up, we're going to cross our arms the other way. Excellent. Big breath in. So if you're just crossing your arms, you can just pull your arm across too. Anything that gets that stretch in your shoulder. So good. Big breath up. Exhale, forward folds, nose towards the ground. Excellent job. Take your hands. You're going to try to make a prayer hands either at your chest, at your belly, or if you want to try to take these hands as prayer hands but behind your back, I'm going to show you. You can still face me, but I'm just going to show you what I mean. You can try this, or you can point them down. Or if you're happy just kind of taking your wrists and stretching them out a little bit, this is really a stretch for those wrists. Anyone here do a lot of typing during the day? Anyone here do a lot of typing? Yeah, so this is really good. So roll your wrists around, experiment what feels good. We don't realize how much we need this. I know I need it. And then just find settle with prayer hands by your heart, belly, or behind your back. You choose. Big breath in. Exhale, drop your nose down towards your hands. Excellent. Come to your back or stay seated. Sometimes at the final Shavasana, the final resting pose, sometimes it's nice just to stay seated and close your eyes. Or if you prefer to come to a laying position, you can come laying down. Sometimes I fall asleep here. Hopefully I don't fall asleep on you guys today. And start to relax each part of your body, starting with your forehead. See if you can relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax the space behind your ears. Let your eyes gently close if it's comfortable for you. Relax your cheeks. See if you can pull your tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Let your shoulders melt into the back of your chair or melt into the floor. Let your back melt into the chair or the floor. Your palms can face up or face down. And begin again to notice your breath. And remember, the point here is not to think of nothing. The point is to watch your thoughts float away. So you have a goal of mindfulness. You guys can stay laying. You don't need to get up yet. You can stay. Your goal is mindfulness. So as any thoughts, no matter what they are, start to pop up, just see if you can watch them float away. Don't think about them so hard. Just watch them float away. Big breath in. Big breath out. Maybe you're even focusing on one sound. Nicholas, you could lay down if you want. Find either laying or sitting. You choose one, okay? There you go. Got nowhere to be. No one to chat with right now, just you. When you're ready, you can roll over onto your favorite side or stay seated. Make a pillow with your arms or under your chin. And then very slowly, you can start to push yourself up to a seated position. Take your time. And when you find yourself in your seated position, you can bring your hands to a place that's comfortable for you. Maybe your knees, maybe at your chest. Sometimes I even sit with crossed arms. I don't know, sometimes they play around with it, find something that's good for you. Sometimes if you take two fingers and you push right here, It can actually get rid of some anxiety, believe it or not. It can actually kind of calm you if you're ever feeling anxious. Sometimes I just take 2 fingers and push right here and bring my other fingers in. Big breath in together. Another breath out. Remember, we can't always control everything, but we can control the nice things we do to our bodies, the way that we treat other people, even the people we may not know. So you guys just on your own can be a light for other people. So always keep that in mind. I can definitely feel your energy today. Even though we're all on Zoom, I can feel it. It feels really nice. You guys are a fantastic group of people. Thank you for inviting me. Bringing your hands to your heart center. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. We bow together. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Stephanie. I am going to give everyone today's Total Body Challenge code word. Today's code word is AIR, A-I-R.